This may be the scariest thing I have ever done. Sharing my entire world with anyone has always been a hard task for me, but now I have to share to complete strangers. I mean, in some ways, I'm not even sure my body will let me. I have so many walls put up around my heart that it's kind of like a fortress with spikes and maybe even a few lasers. I never used to be like that. I swear. I was obsessive and kind and a little bit too loving for my own good. See, when I was born, my parents couldn't take care of me, so my grandparents adopted me. But even so, my dad was always there, doing his best to get sober and be a part of my life. I always loved and trusted him, and he was always there when I needed. But then he relapsed. He started living on the streets of Portland, addicted to fentanyl. I was only 13. I spent those years of my life wondering if every day would be his last. I hear my grandma over the phone begging for him, crying for him to get help, but he never did. I felt like he had betrayed me in a way. I couldn't imagine anything else in my state. And I knew it wasn't fair to hold those feelings of anger, but I just couldn't feel anything else. And that's when the walls came up. Huge walls made of what felt like titanium, preventing anything and anyone from getting in. I was never the same. I was irritable and angry, and I was so scared that people would leave that I started to leave them first. I simply thought that putting up walls would prevent me from getting hurt. I mean, after all, how could you get hurt? How could anyone leave if you don't let them in? Last year, my dad moved back to LA, into the bedroom right next to mine. But his empty promises made everything so much worse. Before, I could ignore the fact that he was gone, but now I was forced to see him, forced to hear him. And I felt so alone. I didn't know how much I was struggling until that moment when it all came crashing down on me. Even though I thought I was alone, there were a few people that stayed and never left me. I can't understand why. I mean, I was horrible to them, but they stood by me anyway. It made me realize I was only hurting myself more by not letting them in completely because they held so much trust in me, and yet I held so much back from them. So I knew then that I had to try putting everything out there for their sake and for mine. And that's why I stand here today, sharing the parts of my brain I never thought I would say aloud, attempting to be more vulnerable than I have ever been. My defenses aren't gone, and they may never disappear, but somewhere along that fortress of spikes and lasers is a door. A door with many locks, yes, but a door nonetheless. I'm letting people, and I'm letting you in.